Welcome to another preview of racing in Victoria this weekend. But speaking of Victorians, there's a lot interstate as well, which we'll touch on with our man here, Steve Moran from Best Bets. And Steve, it is a very interesting weekend right across Australia with heaps of Victorians in action around the country.
Certainly is, Andrew. Good to chat to you again as I look forward to the racing around Australia, from Morphettville to Doomben to Caulfield here, where Caulfield might lack the rizz-razz of the big feature race, but gee, it's a terrific and very intriguing punting program, and there'll be plenty of value at Caulfield. It'll definitely be worth having a play, I'd say.
Well, we're going to touch on one of Peter Moody's runners in Adelaide a little bit later on. You may have heard of her, but you fancy some of his runners at Caulfield on the weekend, and particularly your best bet goes that way. Yes,
certainly, Andrew. Race 7, number 2, there's only one. Appeals to me. You look at the form for this race. She is unbeaten in her past 5 runs against fillies and mares, and with the claim is going to sneak around with 52.5, 1.5 under the limit. She's first up, but those 5 wins against fillies and mares include a first up win at this course and distance last time in. She just almost looks gilt-edged with 52.5. I'm not usually a big fan of backing horses first up because you haven't seen them, but you know, that compelling form evidence just leads me to her.
And what about something at each way odds? Again, another Peter Moody runner you found here for us at nice each way odds.
Yeah, staying with the big fella. Probably won't be that attractive a price, but Turn It Up I like, race 4, number 4. Turn it up, Pete. Hopefully around the $4.50 mark, touch better. Very good run last start at Caulfield behind placement, to whom he conceded 4.5 kilos. Absolutely spot on for the 2000 at this stage of the prep, and I think gets the run of the race, so pretty keen on him each way. Race 4, number 4.
And we love it when you find us a roughie at nice odds late in the day too, for us to get home and pay for dinner Saturday night. Lee and Shannon, I hope have got one you found, and they can find one at odds, can't they?
Yes, they certainly can, and this one is Gold Sand, race 8, number 6. I'd like this horse at a bit of odds. Has missed a couple of runs, largely through wet tracks. Don't think the track will be too bad as we sit at the moment for Caulfield. And the interesting stat with this horse is that he's won 5 of his past 8 at 1,400 metres plus. This is an ideal distance for him on Saturday. Now, you've got some strong form around the likes of Utah Saints under the Eiffel, but I'll tell you what, if you go through and look at that race that they contested at Caulfield, the form's terrible out of it. Now, there are excuses for some of the horses that fail, but it just raises a tiny, and it's only a tiny question mark with me. Gold Sand will be 12-1. Might be worth having something on.
Terrific. Well, Peter Moody's There's Only One is the best bet from Steve Moran for this weekend here at Caulfield. Let's flip interstate and head up north to Brisbane. The BTC Cup meeting. It's another great meeting up there, and as we said earlier, plenty of Victorians going around. You found ones for us in the main race there.
Yes, there's only one, Black Caviar. She won this race last year, the BTC Cup. Now heads to Adelaide. A little more on that in just a moment. Fillies and mares seem to dominate all racing in all spheres, don't they? And the same might happen, I think, in this BTC Cup with Verena Miss, Beat It, of course, and Sea Siren. John O'Shea's filly who beat Streamer 2 runs back. But I like Verena Miss. Not often does a horse run 5th of 6 in a feature race, the G-Day Smith in this case, but I thought she was a good thing beaten. Verena Miss, she went to Brisbane last year, won 2 of her 3 runs, and I like her a bit in the BTC Cup at a fraction of odds. So Verena Miss for me in the Queensland feature.
All right, so the money to come back to Victoria there. And speaking of which, we can't forget Adelaide on Saturday. Of course, the distinctive homes, Goodwood Handicap, Black Caviar's attempt at win number 21. Is it a mere formality?
It should be, given her work on Tuesday morning, which has now been well documented. Both Peter Moody and Luke Nolan absolutely delighted with the way she's going. I spoke to Pete a few days ago, and he said that when she won the Sangster, he said she was probably about 70% fit. Now, he wasn't trying to be smart in that observation. It was just matter-of-fact comment. That's about where I had her. She'll be that much fitter this weekend, but still probably not at her peak, so that he can then just progress her sweetly into the Diamond Jubilee at Royal Ascot. She'll be a little fatter this week, and obviously, if it was a handicap, she'd be giving them anywhere between 6 and 10 kilos. So it should be a formality.
Very quickly, we've got 8 black type races in Adelaide on Saturday, so it's a great meeting over there. We've spoken about the feature, the Group 1 race. What about some of the other Victorians you like over there, Steve?
Yeah, that's a great lineup. We've got Lucky Penny v Tai Tess. They were both fantastic at Caulfield last runs. Tai Tess has the weight advantage this time, but has gate 16. Lucky Penny, who knows how good she is, who knows how good Bonnie Mack might be for the Moran team. She ducks over there. Very interesting. Linton having his first run for the Sadler team after being sold at that Williams dispersal sale. So it's a great meeting in Adelaide, and I think the Vics might do pretty well.
Terrific. Thanks very much for your time, Steve.
Thanks, Andrew.
There you have it, Steve's preview of racing across the country on the weekend. Obviously a great meeting here at Caulfield, but particularly all eyes will be on the Goodwood Handicap Black Caviar win number 21.